Let's see. What the hell did I even get done this weekend? So, the further along the build goes, the more expensive it's becoming. And the more expensive it gets, it means the less shit I can buy for it, which means the less work I can get done. But I was at least able to make a little bit of progress on some things here and there. So, let's start what I got done first. Finally got a water pump, and I got that installed on the car and all wired up. I got it mounted down there right off the radiator. It's a measured water pump, and just built a little mount bracket for it down there. Water pump's rated for 55 gallons a minute at 12 volts, so should be sufficient water flow for the radiator and work really well. I might need to put a pump controller on it. That way it's not overflowing, and you can actually cause overheating if you're flowing coolant too fast. So I might need to put a pump controller on that. The back of the car here, I cut a little bit more of the sheet metal out just down there by the wheel wells, and just did some wiring under there for the water pump and fuel pump stuff. Figured while I was at it, trying to get the cooling system completely done. Water pump was one of the last things I had to do. I had to do the water pump, build a fan shroud, and get some electric fans for it. I popped this off real quick. Started on the fan shroud right there too. So normally the fan shrouds mount flat. I might have shown you in my last video when I was kind of getting started on this thing. Normally they mount flat against the radiator, and you can only fit like two 10-inch to 12-inch maybe fans on there. I don't even think I would have been able to fit 12s. I think 10s were like the max I could fit. So I built this shroud here that kind of tapers out, and it gives a little bit more surface area here. That way I can fit two big 14-inch fans on there and get a really good amount of airflow on it. Just went ahead and did some little mount brackets for the shroud so it comes off real easy. The only difficulty is it is really close to the battery, so snaking it in and out is kind of a trick. I had to tape off the positive terminal on it just so I don't arc it out when I put it on there, so I might need to change that battery location just for safety. But it's mounted in there pretty sturdy, so I don't have to worry about it like falling and hitting it or anything like that. Trimmed off little tabs off the taillights there that were hanging off on the end. Pieces right here, just kind of cut them off because I'd always be working back here and I kept catching myself on them, so I figured I don't really need them, so just cut them off, whatever. Unfortunately, building that fan shroud kind of took the last of my aluminum that I had laying around, so I didn't get to build the final enclosure for the coolant pipes. And, I'm pretty much out of aluminum material too now, so I need to get some more of that so I can make some more progress with fabrication. And while I was at it this weekend, went ahead and built the final sway bar for the car. The one that's been in there this whole time, the one that had like the blue arms on it or whatever, that was just a prototype bar to get everything lined up. So that's the actual final material and thickness. What was in there before was just it was a thinner wall tubing, so not exactly what I wanted to run for the sway bar, but I finally got the bar in that I needed, so got that all cut to length and notched out and everything, got the arms put on it, so that sway bar is finally done. While I was at it, I had to go ahead and shorten this line right here up for the catch tank, because before I had this routed tucked up under here and looped down, but after I did the wipers on the car, it didn't fit anymore, so I had to change the length on it. Luckily, I was able to just shorten it because I didn't have any more of that 12AN line. I'm a liar. I just realized I have some more sitting right there, so it wouldn't have made a difference even if I needed to make it longer. Well, that was about it. That's like pretty much all I got done on the thing this weekend. I spent a good amount of time cutting that fan shroud up, and I'm going to try to get fans for it this weekend, because if I can get fans and hose clamps, then the cooling system will be completed. Checked off the list right there with the fuel system. And then I think from there it's going to be about time to start building this engine. There's not much else I can do to anything else on the car. Suspension stuff I have a couple things I still need to buy. I got to get front coilovers for the car, a couple rear control arms and stuff like that. So maybe I'll do that, but it's almost time to start getting parts to build this engine. But I mean, I do need a lot of shit to build this engine still. Full gasket set. I got to buy a crankshaft for it. I don't really want to use the one I pulled out of it. Plus, I can buy a brand new one with the correct reluctor on it for like 450 bucks or something. So I think I'm just going to do that. Just get a new crank. I got to get rods, cam, push rods, valve springs, retainers, gaskets, bearings, machine work, rocker arms, oil pan, oil lines. I need to buy a lot of shit. On the upside, we're almost to the point where my channel will be monetized again, so that's good news. I don't think we'll be making enough money off of the channel to put any type of real dent into the build on this thing, but you know, it's a nice little goal that we're about to reach, and you know, anybody that's been watching since the beginning and has seen the progress coming along, you know, thanks for sticking around, and appreciate all the support. I really do. Well, you know, making progress and doing what I can with what I got. I got to get more material and stuff like that. So like I said, hopefully we're going to start building this engine soon. But that's going to be it for this one. So like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel, and follow the build along. And I'm going to go cry because I don't have any money to finish it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later.